Hello everybody, this is Jeanette with Mountain Misters. Welcome to today's video. The first thing I want to do is wish everybody out there a happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have a nice safe day and enjoy your family. The next thing that I want to do is show you that we're going to be working with the Wood Words stamp set today, and we're going to be working with the suite for wood words. That's kind of hard to say. So we're going to be working with some of these stamps up here, and the thank you, the hello friend, and a note for you. We're going to be using touches of texture. We're going to be using this little background stamp right here. We're also going to be using the paper pack for wood textures. And you can see this is where I've cut the crate out of. But it's really neat. It's got a lot of different patterns to it. It's got front and back. Some really cool patterns. And I'm happy to see these because I think they'll make some great masculine cards too, and outdoor cards. So there's that paper pack. And then this bundle also comes with a set of framelits, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces to this, and we're going to be using the crate one right here, and we're going to be using this little thing right here. We're also going to be using some snail adhesive, some tear and tape, some linen thread, our paper snips, our bone folder, and we're also going to be using the envelope punch board. I'm going to show you how to make an envelope for your little note cards when we're done. So, the first thing that I did was went ahead and I cut out the crate. I'm sorry, I hear the dog barking and I'm not sure why she's barking. So I cut the crate out with the framelits on that wood grain paper, and then I cut a piece of, this is Cajun Craze cardstock, and it's 3 by 6 scored in half. Then a piece of Whisper White paper that's 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 for the front of the card right here. And then I also just cut a piece of, this is just scrap cardstock that I had. Not scrap cardstock, but cardstock that was in my stash to line the inside, and that is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then you need a piece of Whisper White to make your envelope, and this one is cut at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and we'll work with that piece in a little bit. And then I also cut 2 of the little tags. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut your crate, and then we're going to put it together. And you just need to decide which side of the crate you want out, the darker color or the lighter, whatever you choose. I decided I wanted the lighter color crate out. So what I'm going to do is attach this crate together, and there's score lines when it cuts. There's score lines, and I've done some of them. You're going to want to score on all of the score lines using your bone folder. And there's one more that I haven't done, and I'll score that right now. Just make sure you get a nice crisp little fold on there. And then what you're going to want to do first is to adhere your 2 bases together. And I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow to do that. But it's going to be a trick to get this out, because I haven't used it for a while. Okay, and then you just need a fine bead of it. You don't need a lot. Okay, and then you're going to line up this base with your score line on the other one. If you can see that like that. And then you're going to want to then you're going to want to attach your tear and tape on your little tabs on this side and your little tabs on this side. That's why if you adhere the two bases together first, it makes it a lot easier to see where you're going to put your tear and tape. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take off the backing on the tear and tape. And I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to leave this flat. I'm going to do this one first, and I'm just going to leave it flat. Maybe not. You're going to want to line it up again with that on the bottom of that score line, so it looks like that. Then I'm going to tuck this one in and do the same thing and line it up. Just like that. And then I will take my bone folder or your scissors and just lightly get in there and burnish that down so it'll stick. Then we'll take the tear and tape liner off of this side. Stuff really sticks. Sometimes it's hard to get it off. And I think I'm going to go ahead and line it up this way first just to make it a little easier. And then I'll take it off of this one. I don't think that's straight. And then I'm going to line it back up right here. Sometimes this is kind of hard for me because my fingers aren't quite as nimble as they used to be. Okay, there's your little crate. Isn't that cute? I think he's adorable. And then I went ahead and I made 6 little note cards. For right now, I'll show you how we're going to do one. I'll do one of them right here on the video with us right now. And I'm going to take the Whisper White, and I'm going to take the stamp from the Touches of Texture, and I am going to use Cajun Craze ink for this one, and I'm going to stamp on the background of it. Just get a little piece of scrap paper here. Okay, so I'm just going to dip that in and just stamp. Okay, and it's just as simple as that. And we're through the Cajun Craze. And then I'm going to take the rooster stamp and I'm going to ink that in crushed curry. And I'm just going to stamp the rooster right on the front of the card. Oops, he's crooked. Let's turn it over and start again. So back in with the crushed curry. That's a good thing. There's 2 sides to every sheet of paper. Okay. So we'll go ahead and bring in that piece of scrap paper again. Redo that. This time I'm going to stamp the rooster on some scrap and see if I can get him straight. I don't like putting my stickers on these stamps because then they don't stick to the blocks very well, but it also makes it a little bit harder to line them up when you're stamping them. So, alright, so then we're going to come back into this crushed curry and we're just going to stamp him. right about there. He's a little bit hard to see, isn't he? Oh well. So you can stamp him in any color you want. I just wanted to make matching note cards, and he may stand out more when we put the thank you on there. So I'm going to stamp thank you on him right in black, just kind of right there, just like that. And then I'm going to take some of the linen thread and I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. And then we will use Scotch tape for the very back to adhere this while we get it started. And then back around, like I said, 3 times. And then I'm going to re-adhere this back down here again. Kind of bring this down where I want it, right there. And then I'm going to use my snail. And I'm going to put on all 4 sides because I'm going to want this to hold the linen thread down really well. And then I'm going to put that right on the front of this, just like that. Then I'm going to take another little piece of the linen thread and I'm going to tie it around here to make a bow. And you can tie the linen thread in a bow after you wrap it around the card, or you can do it this way. To me, I find it just a little bit easier to do it this way. And then I'm just going to trim my edges like that. And I am going to kind of shove this under here just a little tiny bit more to make that stick just a little bit tighter. Okay, so there's that one, and I've done 5 others. I did one with a crushed curry as a background and stamped the rooster in the Cajun craze. Then I did the star, and then I did the heart, and I did to where each one had a matching in each color, just to have a matching set. And then you can just tuck these in the little crate. And then I made the 6 matching envelopes. Well, actually I have 5 here because I'm going to show you how to do one. And you can just tuck those back there. And now we'll move on to making the little envelopes. So I'm going to bring in my punch board. Like I said, this is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and it's going to tell you right here on the side of the punch board how big to cut your paper depending on the size of the envelope you want. So this one right here is a 3 by 3. A 3 by 3, and it's telling me to cut it at 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, and we're going to start punching it at 2 5/8. So you're just going to come and line it up at 2 5/8. You're going to punch and score. Then you're going to line that up right, this arrow with that line. You're going to punch and score. Then we're gonna punch. We're gonna repeat this all the way until we have all 4 sides done. And then we will take our bone folder and we're gonna score all these little lines And when you do, make sure there's a valley and a mountain. Fold towards the mountain. The fibers are already broken down so it won't tear your cardstock. And it just makes it a lot easier to fold. Burnish it down. Burnish down again. And then I'm going to take my tearing tape. And I'm going to add a piece to this little flap right here. And I'm going to add a piece to this little flap right here. And then I always take and I burnish this down too, just to make sure it's going to stay down when I pull the liner off. And then I'm going to take my scissors and grab a corner of that liner. And I'll fold this one down. And then I'm going to grab that liner again. And stick this down. Then I'm going to bring my punch board back in. And on the flip end back here, this rounded little, like a semicircle back here, I'm going to stick the flap of my envelope in there, punch down, and it's going to give me a nice rounded corner for my envelope. And then I'm going to put this back down. And now we have all of our envelopes for our little crate. And then on this one here, I cut out 2 of the little tags. And I'm going to take, I think maybe this one that says "For You." And I'm going to ink that up in black, basic black. And we're going to stamp that on one of the little on the little white tag. But first I want to find a piece of scrap white that I can make sure I've got this right on. I don't want to make a mistake again. Okay, that's good. So then we're just going to take it and we're going to stamp it on this little white tag. Line it up. And stamp. Okay. And I'm going to take some more of the linen thread, little piece of it, and I'm going to thread it through the 2 tags. Actually, I think I'll do it like this. I'll put the 2 tags back together and thread it through like this. Maybe. Okay. I may have cut the thread a little bit too short, but we'll see. If not, if I did, I'll just get some more. Just bring that like that. And then I'm going to take it through the side of this. Through the side of the handle of the little crate. And we're just going to tie it in a little knot on there. These little strands separate when you try to tie them. So sometimes it's been a little bit of a problem for me. Okay, and then there's a little tag, and I'm just going to leave some of these, cut these ends just a little bit shorter, but leave them pretty much right there. And then I'm going to bring this little note cards back in. there's this little crate. We could stamp something on the front of here, or just put a little heart, or however you can want to embellish the front. And then I want to show you another one I did. This was my practice one. This one is with just some scrapbook paper that I had, and on this one I used the stamp set Belle and Friends. I used the butterflies from In the Meadow. This came from I'm not sure where that one came from, and this is another one of the new sets that's coming up, and that one I think is called Colorful Seasons. But I will, if that's wrong, I will put that in the video link down at the bottom. And the other thing you can do is just take some little snacks and put little snacks in here too, and make it as a little crate for that. But that's the video for today. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you will give me the thumbs up. Have a nice day, and I will see you on the next video. Once again, thanks. Bye.